Welcome to another edition of Insurance Questions Podcast from an alternate reality. We're in the multiverse, guys. It is Tuesday, July 30th, 2024, episode 114. Second time we're doing this today, guys, so fingers crossed. And before I do my little stuff, I gotta let everybody introduce the newest member of the Insurance Questions Podcast team. This is Paula, Queen Paula Palm Tree. Let's all give a round of applause for Paula.
Welcome.
Good job
Welcome.
extra oxygen for my brain while I'm on the podcast, and everybody knows I need that.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, and I would say also, for those who don't know, palm trees are not natural to Texas. They are imported in.
They are now.
And they're not supposed to live indoors, because our first time doing this, I looked up stuff to see what kind of fruits, because apparently Donnie said that they have, or Donnie, or I think it was Eddie,
I did.
that they grow flowers and
Yes.
fruits.
And I said,
all
yeah,
this other
dates.
stuff, which I never knew about with palm trees, because again,
And then Donnie's talking about dating my palm tree, which is gross. Plus, he's a married man, so I hope his wife's not listening.
She's not.
So let's say that the comments and statements by Eddie Buffalo, Donnie Lowe, Sassy Sarah, and our latest addition, Queen Paula Palm Tree, is solely for entertainment purposes. I'm really bummed out, guys.
Subscribe, share, follow, do all the things on all the places, because this one's going to be a good tax show that we're doing for the second time. And just to let everybody know who might be new listening, Eddie will get tired of the palm tree in about 2 weeks. So you're just going to hear about
I love her
every day until he just gets bored of her. And he may just do like 2 weeks and 1 day just to prove me wrong.
Yes.
But just saying.
Yes.
And hit that fan mail button. Send in your comments, questions. We would love to answer questions. So do all that stuff, and make sure you download the podcast or the videos.
I don't know what kind of trash you're talking, Sarah. It only grows to 40 feet. I'm fine.
Just 40 feet.
So
So
at the ceiling now.
something I didn't mention is in the first one that we did, my uncle always decorated his backyards with like palm trees and tropical plants.
Nice.
And so it's kind of like, hey, you're in Texas. You're a native Texan. You know that's not.
So I'm ahead of the curve, is what you're saying.
Yes. Yes.
Uh-oh.
I mean,
And
special
I
ed,
think
that's
what I'm
me.
trying to do. Well, and that's something that I'm trying to do, is get more plants that are native here, so I don't have to worry about if they die off or not. The sad part is I like the weird looking plants that are usually purple or some bright red that aren't native to Texas, and they always die. And I'm like, sad.
Well, all I got to say is I'm really bummed out because the first show that we did this morning was fantastic. I'm going to see if I can go on it and create some reels and see if anything's savable. But Tyler, our creator, he told me what I needed to do, and we should be good now, Tyler, right?
All right.
Right?
Let's rock and
And
roll.
then he yelled at Eddie for not doing it at the first place and ruining an entire great.
Oh, no. They changed stuff, and they didn't let me know. I didn't get that memo.
It's hard to keep up with all this technology because it changes so much.
Yes,
Mhm.
I'm an Atari 2600 kid. All right, I don't know any of this fancy schmancy stuff.
I'm going to be playing Pong as soon as we're done here.
Oh,
Hey,
I bet you
did-
are.
Eddie, did you know that they actually have a arcade in Frisco? It's an arcade museum
I've been to
where
it.
they have all this old school arcade games. It is freaking awesome.
I've been to it, and I think it's called Arcade 12 or 12 Arcade, whatever it is, in McKinney Square also, where you can pay like $12 all day. You play as many games as you want. I got to tell you a funny story, though. So when my office was in McKinney Square, on Mondays, a lot of the restaurants are closed. I'm like, hey, I'm starving. I got to go someplace. I don't feel like driving. And that was the only place that had like food, like lunch food I could eat.
Arcade 92.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Arcade 12, 92. Let's split the difference. Call it Arcade 70. So I go in there, and I think I just ordered like chicken fingers. I'm looking around. Wow, this is really cool. I'm like, and I can just sit wherever I want. No, actually, you have to be playing games to sit at one of our tables, but you could sit outside. I'm like, what? You messing with me, kid?
You mean you have to eat while you're playing a game?
I guess if you want a spot
No,
at
so
one of
they
the
they
tables.
have tables, but you have to pay for the arcade to sit there. And I think it's more of they don't want you coming in saying you're there for food and then you go play the games because you don't have to put token. If I remember
Uh,
correctly, you don't have to put tokens in. Everything is free play. You
Do
just
they
get
give
it
you a
for free.
wristband or that, Sarah?
Yes,
That's what I
I've
figured.
only been once. I'm not a pro. My son did something for Boy Scouts, or it wasn't all the Boy Scouts, but it was, hey, we're going to be here if you guys want to show up. And he had a blast.
So, Donnie, what was your favorite old school arcade game? Or were you too cool to play arcade games
no,
at
I
your
mean I
age?
started with Pong. That was fun. That
Did
was the
you? But
first.
I'm talking like arcade games, like at bowling alleys or
Yeah,
bars and
probably.
restaurants.
I liked Centipede, Missile Command,
Yeah.
um, Pac-Man, of course, Ms. Pac-Man.
I hate Pac-Man.
Oh yeah,
I so want to love those games. I always die. I'm very
that's why
competitive. I
you
don't
hate
like
it.
Well, maybe that's it.
That's
Maybe
the
that's
only
a
reason I
Sassy
hate it
Sarah
because
problem.
I suck at playing those games. It is horrible. I want to be good at Pac-Man, but yeah.
Tron
So,
was a big one too, actually.
I love Dig Dug. Dig
Oh
Dug
yeah,
was my favorite of all time. So, a couple years ago, Atari came out with the Atari VCS. I don't know what VCS, I think it's for video control system. And it was garbage. It really was because you'd get it and nothing works, and you had to download a patch on a flash drive, install it on that. It's a big rigmarole. So, like a year after I got it, I finally sat down one day and figured it out, and it's really cool. You can play all the old games and things like that. Now, after owning it for a year, I think I played it twice. And it was like really expensive when it came. It was like over $300.
oh that's crazy.
So
Yeah.
just to let you know, VCS stands for Video Computer System,
Oh, what did I say?
video controller or something. You were
Yeah.
close.
Something,
You were close.
something.
But I got to Google. You didn't notice
You
the
are the
face.
Google girl, there, Sarah. You are, you are, you are.
She doesn't believe us, so she fact checks us.
So me and Donnie have to act like Denny Dimwit because we're gonna ask the same questions to Sarah that we did before, and we know the answers, but we got that's pretty interesting.
Yes. Well, you didn't know them the first time you asked them, so that was
Well,
helpful.
that's why
So
we
you
ask
did-
questions.
you educated us, Sarah.
I did educate you,
You did.
which is
Yeah.
great. Okay, so for the listener, the tax show for today is I'm going to talk about the difference between tax avoidance and tax evasion. Which I should have brought it up because I knew I was forgetting one more. I had them
Right,
up just to make sure I was talking in a very concise manner. Give me just 1 second because there's just one more I need to open.
Were you talking in a concise manner or a precise manner? Which one, Sarah? Inquiring mind.
Whichever one makes sense. So, for those of you who cannot watch the first one, grammar was not my forte in
No.
school.
She don't like
I didn't
women.
understand
doesn't like
fractions
grandmas.
until 2 years ago. So,
She don't like grandmas. She don't like mimas. She don't like any of them old ladies.
I
No.
no,
Send all your comments
No.
and questions to Sassy Sarah. I don't like grandmas.
I do not.
He doesn't like grandmas.
I do not like grandmas. I like
Wow.
papas and mamas. Yeah. You see how I turned that on you?
But
Once
she
again.
winked. She winked at you too. She says,
Yeah.
"Bless your heart, Eddie."
Once
Bless
again.
your heart.
Yeah, bless
You're
your
trying
heart
to
too,
trick me.
Sarah. I know
I
what that
was
means, all right? And once again, the comments of Sassy Sarah and her hating grandmothers are solely by Sassy Sarah and her hatred for older women.
I mean, yeah, sure, if that's how you want to say it.
So talk about these invaders. Are the alien invaders coming down to
Space!
us?
They're space invaders. If you have quarters, you can keep them away, Don.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Wow, Don's getting like really sassy like me. That's not good. What's going
No,
on
no.
here?
I want to hear what
Well,
she's got to
okay.
talk about.
So here's the funny part, okay? Because I've said this many a times. I've even told my clients, and some of them believe me, some of them don't. The U.S. tax system is based on the idea of voluntary compliance. And if you don't believe me, I'm going to read what it states off the IRS website. This is an actual PDF form that they created.
We didn't even get this earlier, Don. Maybe it's good that the interweb screwed everything up.
Oh, whatever. So under this voluntary compliance, and I'm using air quotes because everyone knows if you don't pay your taxes, eventually the IRS is going to come for your stuff. But it's the taxpayer's responsibility to report all income. Tax evasion is illegal because that's when you're trying to hide information from the IRS. Tax avoidance is legal because you're trying to reduce your tax liability. So just remember those two things.
What is tax dodging? Is that something?
We'll say it's tax evasion just because you said it.
The tax invasion. They're coming to get your taxes done.
Yes, they are going to come get you. So one thing to keep in mind is tax evasion is where you don't report all your income, whether that's through illegal activities such as gambling, selling stolen goods. You can go through a list of illegal activities, Eddie. I'm not going to go through all of them.
Hey,
just
Donnie,
remember, you still have to report the income.
Donnie, you better have Uncle Pat take a visit to Sassy Sarah. She needs to be straightened out a little bit.
I'm going to send Two Toes Timmy over to her house.
Oh,
there you go.
He's a good guy. I like him.
Now I have
Which
questions.
2 toes does he have?
Does he have 2 toes across 2 feet? Or
That's
does he have
what I'm
2 toes on 1 foot?
Expand on that, Donald.
For various reasons, he only has 2 toes on one of his feet.
Oh, what's the other one have?
5.
So
it's a crazy question, Don.
7 toes, because technically he has 7 toes.
Yeah,
no, that's his brother, 7-toe Sammy.
Something else is to keep in mind is to report all your income from like babysitting, if you do yard work for money, tutoring. I mean, chances are if you receive income for anything, just report it, is what the IRS is basically saying.
You got that, Ed? All those babysitting
I have a
jobs?
question, Sarah, that we talked about earlier that I would like to know. Like, say I find an item at a garage sale and pay $2 for it, and it ends up being worth $6,000 to $10,000, and I sell it for $8,000. Do I have to claim that as income?
I would go through. You have to report it. The question for you is, did you sell it somewhere through an auction where they're going to send you a form? Because it's something that we did cover that I didn't mention.
Keep it on the down low is what she's saying, Don.
I know.
If you do it to where you're selling it to an individual party, it is your responsibility to list that you sold something for that much of an income. And you would just take the difference of, let's say you bought it for $4 and you sold it for $6,000. Again, that's up to you, because as the IRS states, they want to know all the income you receive from all activities, even illegal.
So if Donnie sells his extra pickleball equipment at a loss, can he write that off as a loss?
They just want the income. So I'm pretty sure
you're out of luck.
The loss, because you're not writing off, you're not trying to think of the right words because you guys are asking questions where it's like, and just to let people know, on the info sheet from the IRS, it did say from garage sales. Most people are not making a lot of income from the garage sales, so they don't think of reporting that income.
Isn't there like if you make over $500 per year on a garage sale, you don't have to report that? Or if you make
So
less than 500, you don't have to report that.
it says if you make $600, you should receive a 1099 from whoever pays you. I mean, you could always use that as an argument of I didn't report it because it was less than $600. That would be a one. Again, goes to how did you make that money? How is it getting reported to the IRS? Because that's what the information that they're using. But if you also remember, they were trying to make it to where they had access to your Zelle and your PayPal and your everything else. And that's more of they're trying to get the people who are not reporting all their income.
So they
what
say.
you're saying?
So they say.
Go ahead, Don.
No, I'm saying. So they say. That's what they're trying to do.
Who are they you speak of, Donnie?
Well,
Them.
they're trying to.
Them.
They're stating they're trying to use people who are in the top 1%. They're trying to capture those people sending money. Really, it's the people who are working like the gig work, and they just don't want to report it. I have had a few instances where people have divulged to me that they were paying their house cleaner through Zelle or PayPal or whatever. So they did it as a family friend instead of that they were paying a business so that wouldn't get reported to the IRS. All I can do is provide advice.
So 2 questions in regards to Donald. So is he a 2-time loser because he lost money on his pickleball collection and he lost on the pickleball court? Question number 2, is it selling junk at his garage sale or is it selling commodities if he actually sells one of his gold bars at the garage sale? Discuss.
Well,
I think I'm going to stay out of that one.
Chicken.
Not going either one of those questions.
Well, according to George Carlin, if it's my stuff, it's stuff. But if it's your stuff, it's your junk. Right? Isn't that what it was? In a clean version?
She doesn't know who George Carlin is. She thinks it's somebody you went to high school with, okay?
Wasn't he in your class? I thought he was in your class.
No, you're a lot older than me, buddy boy.
Do you seriously not know who George Carlin is or was? Really?
Ha! Nailed that one.
Wow.
I'm shocked she didn't Google him yet.
So here's the thing is I don't remember a lot of names to anything. So even in my generation, you give me a name, I'm like, I don't know who that is. It could, yeah. Not how my brain works. So, yeah.
So your favorite
movies, band names. I can probably sing you the song because I know the song. If I hear a few like chords or whatever, couldn't tell you who it is or what the name of the song is or yeah. No.
Here, let's go with this. Your favorite Christmas present, was it a Cabbage Patch doll or was it a Furby?
It was not a cat. No, actually, I like Trolls. Like the old school Trolls from the 90s. Those were my
That's why she hangs out with us, Don. She likes us Trolls.
I had this amazing collection. Like I had probably like 50 dolls.
And where are they now,
And then
Sarah?
I moved out of my parents' house and they just got rid of them. And I'm like, oh my God, I would have died to still have that collection.
So now you're collecting purple llamas?
Yes.
That one's looking right at the back of your head.
Soon. Yeah. It will duplicate soon. Oh my gosh, that store has like a full size.
Did you ever pet it? It's super soft.
Yeah. It's probably like 4.5, 5 feet tall with the head. And I'm like, I so want to go get that.
So who's taller, Donnie or the llama?
I'm assuming Donnie.
Don't assume. No.
I've never met Donnie in person, so I wouldn't know.
The llama. It sounds like I don't know what it sounds like.
Hey, do you know what's really annoying?
I was going to say something.
That noise is kind of annoying, isn't it, Don?
Good mistake. Well, okay, so for the listeners, the reason we got on the whole tax evasion, tax avoidance issue is I saw an article, or I watched a lot of YouTube shorts. It helps with background noise and, they're super quick. But Caleb Williams, which I still didn't look up which.
Oh, here we go. She's talking about sports again. You
Um,
sporty spice, you.
so he asked the NFL to pay him through an LLC. Basically, he was trying to evade paying taxes. He didn't want to pay state Illinois tax, which of course you can't do. So the NFL said no. And then he also asked if they could give him or pay him as a forgivable loan. And the problem with that is a loan can't be forgivable at the very beginning. Otherwise, it's not a loan. So,
What is it then?
Somebody just giving you money, like a paycheck.
Or a gift.
What if somebody gives you a check or a gift and a paycheck and your name is Johnny? Is that double taxation?
Johnny Paycheck.
So here's the thing.
Donnie, you got it.
I got it. And Sarah's
If a loan is forgiven, though,
Go to him now, too.
I'm ignoring Eddie. If a loan is forgiven, though, you're supposed to get a specific tax form to file that as income on your taxes. So he should have said a loan and then said, hey, I'm not paying you back later after the fact. If that's the route he wanted to go, I'm pretty sure the NFL still would have told him no, though. Because, I mean, again, tax evasion is not something that you want to do.
Hey, Sarah, do you know what NFL stands for?
National Football League?
The No Fun League.
Because they want to follow the rules and not be
screw
in
those
trouble
rules.
with the IRS.
Hey, Donnie, you smell that? I smell smoke. Do you smell smoke? I think Sarah's been doing some smoking.
I could see some smoke.
And not this kind.
You're such dorks.
What about your mom jokes? Look at these dad jokes.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh my God. Okay, so the first episode taping that we did over the weekend, my son had a Boy Scout thing where I made mac and cheese. And I was going to smoke some brisket, but my smoker died. So I had to get a new smoker.
It's like deja vu. I feel like I've lived this before.
Oh, my God. Anyways, I'm just super excited about it, which is I'm surprised he still brought it up. So I was able to finally find one through Tractor Supply, which is like a store here, which for those who don't have one, because I don't know where they're located.
We've got some in Buffalo area.
Okay. I don't know how... I know they're big and they're kind of everywhere, but I don't know what city.
And what's the name of them,
but
Sarah?
I got a Pit Boss, and it does.
Oh, you're at the casino. I thought you were at your office. You're at the casino with the Pit Boss.
Because you're counting cards, Ed.
Yeah, she looks a little shady. Get the video on this chick right there. Right
Whatever.
There. The eye in the sky.
I will say, I do not gamble. Because when I first learned how to gamble, I always got really good hands until I started betting, and then I lost every single hand.
See?
So can you do me? Can you cook something for me if I bring it over to you? I mean, it's not going to cost anything, and we live so close to each other.
Oh yeah, you want to drive an hour just so I can smoke?
Oh, it's worth it because of what I want you to cook. Can you smoke some Pop-Tarts for me?
Ooh.
Oh, you know, I wouldn't. I will smoke that for you to try it, and then you could do a live to tell people how it tastes.
There you go.
Beautiful.
I will not taste it.
That's
this episode. Thank God the other one was crap. This is fantastic. We're solving the world's problems on this one right here.
So instead of deep frying a Pop-Tart like they do with Twinkies and everything else, which is not, I don't recommend. That sounds disgusting.
I know.
You want to smoke everything instead, right?
Yes.
Got it. As long as it won't mess up my smoker.
What flavor Pop-Tart would you have smoked?
I'd have to go with my favorite, the cinnamon ones. Maybe some cherry. Maybe. Or you know what? Oh, Sarah, the s'mores Pop-Tarts. It'd be like you're camping.
That's right.
Aiden loves the s'more Pop-Tart. You know, it's funny. When we were in the store this weekend, ran across a new flavor. They have strawberry milkshake.
Gonna have to get that right after this show. I'll be going out to get that. Go to Wally World.
You're gonna
Get my
have to,
stuff.
and let me know how it tastes. Okay, I'm like I always say, I'm not normal. I cannot eat things that taste like something else. So like the cotton candy grapes, my kids love them, and I'm like, no, it's either cotton candy or it's grapes. It can't.
You
be
are
grapes.
leaving me open to such huge comedy here when you just said that. But I'm going to be a good boy because I am a good Catholic boy. They went to Catholic school for 12 years, right, Don?
Yeah, but then when you graduated from 8th grade, where did you go to a Catholic high school too, or?
Yeah, Bishop Timon St. Jude.
Oh, I thought you were 12 years in grammar school.
Wow. He's a funny guy. I don't want to cut you short, but that God did that already.
Sarah, don't drink while we're on the show.
Why is she laughing at that one, Don?
I was trying not to choke.
Didn't mean to cut you down, but God did that too.
Oh, goodness sakes.
Just saying.
So anyways, if you have questions about tax avoidance or tax evasion, talk to your tax specialist because one's allowed, one isn't.
On a serious note, Sarah, not to interrupt, but I'm interrupting, I guess. But on a serious note, Ed and I, with the EBI agency, we do have solutions to assist with tax avoidance in a legal manner. So we can always talk with clients about that as well.
Yes. Well, and it's always beneficial if I like people who think outside the box. So it's interesting that he had those ideas. The question is, who did he get the ideas from? Was it someone who is a tax professional or who has tried this before in the past?
Uncle Joe knows stuff.
That's right.
Or if he just had a random thought and he's like, hey, why not try it? Because I've run across tax professionals who are actually being shut down because they don't do the right things. So you want to make sure that you have the right person that you're asking questions for.
Absolutely. Do things legally.
Well, I do want to say one thing, and in all honesty, folks, we've been learning a lot when Sarah does these tax talks because that's not our background. The same as she's learning a lot about insurance and annuities because that's not her background.
Right.
You don't have to be an expert on this thing, but if you want to do something, if you have tax questions, if you have insurance questions, talk to a professional. If it's not us, find somebody close to you that you trust that can answer these questions for you.
Well stated.
Just throwing it out there.
Yeah, it's important. It really is. So, dead silence.
What else you got? What else
do I have? There was something else I was mentioning. Hold on, let me see if I can pull that one back up. Because I mentioned tax shelters. There's a positive way to do it. And there's been rumblings that they're going to try to take them away. If you think of tax shelters, you hear a lot of it where people are sending money to offshore accounts. You can still send money overseas. You just have to report it, is the situation. Eddie shows a light bulb over his head on his phone, although it looks like it's falling on his head.
I got an idea. If you do have those tax questions and insurance questions, easiest thing to do is go to www.ebiagency.com or call our hotline 716-306-2020. And to find Sassy Sarah, you just go to our partners tab, and she's number one. Just ask her; she'll tell you
all the time,
and you'll be able to get a hold of her there and ask her questions.
And something funny, or I find it funny. Go to TikTok and just bug Eddie. Send all the questions to him on TikTok.
Perfect.
He loves the attention.
Just so you know, and obviously I did it to be funny, but so many people are hitting me up on it. I announced my candidacy for president in 2024.
Can Donnie at least be your VP? So we.
Oh no, I got a short list. He's on it, but I'm not making that decision yet. and if you want to find out my platform, go to TikTok and watch the videos, and you'll be entertained.
Absolutely.
So Sarah, you got to be on the short list too. Why wouldn't I want a chick on the ticket?
No, no, thank you. No, thank you.
It's
No,
yo
I do not.
American
I do
duty.
not.
Duty, I said
Mm-mm.
duty.
I am very thankful for those who kind of go into the field because they're doing things that people don't want to do, but I also just don't want to be associated with them either. So
Why do you think I'm doing it? That way you don't have to be associated with me.
Very
the
strategic.
best way to get rid of me, right? Let me go into politics. She won't
Yes.
want to be around me.
Yes. Yes. Oh my god, it's too funny. So, what else you got for us? We're not even close to your magic moment.
We are not. It was so easier the first go round because there was everything all lined up and
Okay.
nice and
Once again, let's talk about Queen Paula Palm Tree.
Well, yeah,
Okay.
because when Sarah's talking about the tax shelter, I was thinking you
Yep.
were going to bring Paula the Queen Palm Tree to your tax shelter, which got taller ceilings and to accommodate her growth and everything.
Hey, I got a question for you, Don. Do you think you could touch the top of my palm tree right now? I mean, it's only like, maybe. It's almost hit the ceiling, so we'll get you a step stool.
Are you like 6'4" or something?
I am. I'm friggin' huge. 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 So, Sarah, now that I've brought Queen Paula Palm Tree into the house and she's drinking my water, using my lighting, plus she's hunkering down in my beautiful apartment, my question is, can I use her as a write off? Or is she a dependent now?
neither. The only way she'll be a write off is if you open a tree business.
Okay, how about when we finally figure out if she's doing dates or nuts or fruit and we sell that fruit, do I have to claim the taxes on that?
Yes.
But I thought there was no tax on produce.
You have to still pay taxes on the
Oh, did she
income.
swear at me just
There's
now?
no
All I saw was,
I think it all depends. Do you identify as a palm tree?
I was
sometimes.
no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then maybe you got a
Sometimes
shot.
I feel like a nut. Sometimes I don't.
You still have to pay your federal taxes. What you're talking about is sales tax.
Yeah.
There's two different taxes.
You hear that? Hey, you're going to be on the street soon,
And
so you got to start pulling your weight around here.
I kind of wanted to give everybody an idea of tax shelters, right? Because you say tax shelters, not a lot of people know. It's the retirement accounts, the investment accounts, other deductions that you can do.
So let me ask you this. So if you decided to build a hut and you use Paula palm trees, palm fronds, and you killed her, I mean, first of all, you'd be a murderer. And second of all, would you have to pay taxes for using her palm fronds?
Are you selling the home, the hut?
No, I would never.
Will this be like
sell.
a second residence?
I would never sell my baby Paula. Absolutely not.
But you'll kill her and turn her into a hut.
No, you will. You will. You just talked about this. You're building a hut. Or did I just hear that in my brain?
You just heard that in your brain.
I have a question for you, Ed.
Oh, my brain's a terrible thing. We'll just leave it at that.
How many Pop-Tarts did you have before you came on?
All day
right?
or now?
Exactly.
Hey, prickly pear. We didn't talk about that yet. Delicious. Yes, I am truly a Texan. I went to Buc-ee's and bought prickly pear jam that was delicious. So, Don, I know what you don't know what half of this stuff is. But you know what a Triscuit is?
I do.
Okay. You got a Triscuit with sea salt. You put the prickly pear stuff on it. Then you sprinkle on some tahini and some salt. Mwah!
What is tahini?
Whoa. Only us Texans.
It's kind of like peanut butter, but made from sesame seeds.
Oh.
It's used in like hummus.
Okay.
Tahini? What are you talking about? It is absolutely not that.
I thought that's what you said, tahini.
No, tahine.
So what is tahine?
Oh, Google girl, get that up there.
Oh, the spicy powder. Okay.
Girl, get ready because you're taking over for Sassy Sarah, Paula Palmtree.
So it's a spice. Tahine is a
She's
spice.
all
I was
about
thinking
working in the
tahini.
green.
I was thinking you said tahini, and I'm like, that's a weird
What the
combo. But
tahini?
tahini works.
Are you
I
thinking?
don't even know what
Tahini is a paste from sesame seeds. It tastes like peanut butter,
Are you
but it's made from
really from
sesame seeds, so it's
Texas?
a little bit different. But no,
I've
I
been-
was thinking that and some jam is kind of like a PBJ. Maybe you're allergic to peanuts. Who knows?
I never heard
Wow,
of that
this is
either.
going in all kinds of different
Tahini.
directions I never thought it would, which is interesting.
I mean, that's why our listeners listen, is because we never stay on task and it ends up
That's
somewhere.
Yes.
So
That makes no sense.
tahini
And another thing I got to complain.
and tzatziki are all
What?
different.
Are
right?
you looking that stuff up too, Don? Are you
No,
both Google people?
no.
You don't know that stuff. You're from Williamsville. That's way below you by buying the stuff we buy here in Texas.
Tzatziki is good. Do you like tzatziki?
It's okay depending on what type of music the band's playing. You know, that tzatziki is. You know, is it electric tzatziki? Is it an acoustical tzatziki?
Well, it used to be acoustic until Dylan decided to go
I
electric.
gotta ask you, Don. Why don't you think about
Take
this?
a shot every time Eddie says Don.
Yes,
Hey,
Ed.
Don, who the hell is Alice?
Alice Cooper?
Come on, you don't know that Polish song? Alice, who the hell is Alice?
No, I don't. I'm
Hmm.
sorry. Maybe if I heard
You're
it.
so racist against us Polish people.
Oh,
All of my Polish brothers and sisters, send all your comments and threats to Donnie Lowe.
No, I respect the Polish people and heritage. I do.
Respect starts at home. You should be nicer.
Głowki, pierogi, patruszka.
Oh, look at him trying to talk Polish in that.
There you go. Dobra noc.
Put some your Don. You're gonna have to beep that, Tyler. Trust me.
Yeah, exactly.
So I gotta tell you, I mean, we talk about a lot of different things, and we got so many millions of people listen to it. So I love my Hamilton Beach coffee maker in Buffalo. Fantastic. Had it for many years. And my daughter was nice enough to buy me one at Christmas. And I didn't start using it probably till like February 1st. And over the weekend, it stopped working. Would you like to know why it stopped working?
Yes.
Intriguing. Tell me
It
more.
gets so hot that all the innards of this coffee machine melted.
That is so crazy.
So the question I have to you, fellow listeners and watchers, was I drinking plastic? And if so, does that answer a lot of your questions?
Absolutely.
But you were acting, no offense, you've been acting the same since I've known you, and that was way before. And I'm
Oh,
pretty
you're
sure
so
Donnie
lucky.
could say before that you have been the same. So I don't think it was a coffee maker.
Oh no. Me and Donnie, we're professionals.
Professional.
That's right.
Right, Donnie?
Absolutely.
We got some stories for you. You don't want to know.
No.
So is that all you got for us, Sarah? Because you're almost at your magical moment.
My magical moments. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have. Just remember, don't evade your taxes. You can just avoid it legally. And
Don't invade
not
your
have any
taxes.
issues. Oh.
Don't invade the Ukraine or Canada. Yeah, we really should take over Canada because I love Timmy Hose. I love Aero Bars. And, female bacon's pretty good. But then we got to invade Mexico, too, because I really enjoy Mexican food.
Isn't
Yeah,
that
you
your
want to stop the border crisis?
Or we could just leave them be and you go across the border.
No, we won't have any border problems if we take over both countries. That's the easiest way to do it.
Is that part of your presidential platform that you're running on?
You're going to have to look on TikTok and find that out, Don.
Okay.
Tease, tease.
Something I was going to also mention, because we have brought it up in prior episodes as well, are people who are not filing your tax returns for multiple years, you're technically evading taxes.
True.
Not avoiding.
Not avoiding, because you're refusing to report the income you received.
So if I gave you your choice, would you evade me or avoid me? Can't say both.
I was going to say both.
If I can evade you or avoid you, you have to be more specific. Do you mean in a tax standpoint?
Oh no, just
No.
a personal standpoint.
Just a personal standpoint. Well, it depends on the day. How many Pop-Tarts have you eaten? Because that's when I'm going to avoid the crap out of you.
Touche.
I gave up booze for another addiction, Pop-Tarts.
I still can't believe you don't toast
I'm
the
I'm
Pop-Tarts.
mainlining Pop-Tarts, baby, right into the veins. So, wow, this has been a very interesting second time we did this video.
Yeah.
If it didn't work this time, screw it. We ain't doing it again. I'm telling you that right now. Absolutely not. Maybe Tyler can like smush it all together to make one really gross meatball.
He's got the magic. He can do that.
He does, yes. But I wouldn't say a gross meatball. That's just weird.
I can't say snowball because we're in Texas. I mean, Donnie and Tyler can. Because they're
It snows sometimes in the
a
non-panhandle
little
area.
bit. It's like this, Don. Oh, there's snow on my car. It's all gone now.
Well, it's really funny is when people make fun of us of like, oh, it snowed and they shut down. It's like, yeah, because it snows for 2 seconds and then it turns to ice.
No, I'll tell
We
you.
shut down because it's really ice.
So, like, the past couple days, it's been like 70, 71 going to the gym in the morning. I've worn my long pants.
Oh my gosh.
Going to the gym. I'm turning into a snowflake too, guys. What can I tell you? The longer I'm here, the colder I get.
Well, but it doesn't help that it keeps fluctuating in the temperature. So you can't get used to one set of temperature too long because it changes to another one. So, yeah.
That's how it is in Buffalo.
So what day do I come to your house to bring you the Pop-Tarts that you can smoke for me?
Whenever. It doesn't really matter to me.
So I'm going to end this nonsense like we always do. If you like working with people that are just like you, we're the people to see. www.ebiagency.com. Our hotline is 716-306-2020. If you're trying to get a hold of Sassy Sarah, you just go to the front page of EBI Agency, hit the partners page. You'll see Sarah. She's number one. Just ask her. She'll tell you over and over again. And you can call her on that number, and we'll make sure she gets a hold of you or one of her people gets a hold of you. What's tomorrow, Don? What are we doing tomorrow on the show?
We're going to answer questions.
Viewers cut questions, John Bon Jovi, Buffalo. That's you.
Okay.
You get a new name all the time.
I know. We are going to answer viewers and listeners' questions on life insurance, probably annuity questions that they may have.
Why do you got to talk about being nude all the time? Your nudity questions. That's just awful, Don. Now I've lost all respect for you.
I'm going to have to come down to Texas and take the cases
I
of Pop-Tarts that you have and remove them from your premises.
Well, but here's the thing is you can just go to Costco and buy huge cases more.
Because I got 2 Walmarts, right? I'm in between 2
or
Walmarts.
Sam's. Yeah.
So thank you for joining us, everybody. Sarah, as always, that was very informative.
Yes.
And thank you for putting up with our nonsense. And but it was fun, and we learned something too. So we will see everybody tomorrow. Take care of yourself, and Donnie, do your thing.
Ciao.
And I swear to God, if you keep on moving,
I got to keep you on your toes.
take care, everyone.